Yeah, it's your boy Fist in the his house, bringing another great edition of video games for me to you, because that's what I do. And on Twitter today, I was watching the videos, and people were sending me like pictures of Counter-Strike, you know, whatever, Counter-Strike Go, or we call it Counter-Strike Go, whatever it is, and so I started looking at the pictures at it, and they were showing like these stadiums full of people, and I didn't watch any of it because I don't care about Counter-Strike. You know, it's just, yeah. I mean, it has a lot of resurgence due to, you know, buying and sell items. I mean, the whole thing is like when you do things on PC gaming and where you buy and sell and you have a nice trading post, it makes it more interesting to play the game. Now, when you have games like Call of Duty, which they give you a bunch of items like the advanced supply drop, and you can't trade them, and you got to keep buying them stuff until you get it, or play their game that you don't want to play, then it's more, you know, it's more of a like bull crap. You know, it's just, you know, they're forcing you into something you don't want to do, so that's why the game's not fun, nobody wants to play it, and so on and so on and so forth. In hindsight, I mean, that was just a side note, but in hindsight, when I was looking back at, you know, the topic of this video is like the popularity of Counter-Strike, and having that many people. If you haven't seen the pictures, there's like a whole stadium of people, like I think it's like 20,000. 500,000 that were watching the game, and it's esports, and it's all PC based. You know, esports is all PC based game. Then it's like, you know, they give you stuff. You know, you play the game, they reward you by buying and giving and trading and things of that nature. And then in hindsight, I'm looking back at it, and I'm saying to myself, you look at Call of Duty, it's never been the same as games that are really huge, like Counter-Strike and Street Fighter. They've never really changed their game, and that's why there's a huge following. You look at Call of Duty and why it's not popular in the sense of like esports or these big, you know, like you see developers like sad about, you know, seeing these type of crowds and not around their game, where they got to pay for it. You know, they got to pay out of the nose to keep everything going, like $1 million just to keep the people interested. I mean, they pay so much money to put eyes on this game. It's ridiculous. It's not by choice or freedom that people want to watch this. You know, they con you into, oh, look at it, so awesome. And it's not. You know, I mean, like I said, getting to my main point, and I'm sorry I steered off it a couple times, but Call of Duty has never been the same from the next Call of Duty. So when you build a huge audience from Call of Duty 4, and then you go to the next game, and then you go to the next game, and it's a completely different game every single time, then people get mad and tired of it, and it's like it never can get any traction to build a stability in the following. If Call of Duty 4 was improved on and made a better game from the beginning, it would be bigger than League of Legends, be bigger than CSGO, it'd be bigger than any game put together. The crowds that would be going to these games would be huge, and it would be the very first American game that would have stadiums filled with people. That's what's really crazy. And that's why Call of Duty, you know, failed in being popular. You know, because it decided to be a different game every year. Every 8 months it's a different game. Every 8 months it's a different game. So it's like you attract a whole new group of people, but then you lose a whole new group of people. I mean, just build off of that. You look at CSGO and Street Fighter, they're the same. You know, people say, oh, you gotta be different, you gotta change, you can't be basic and easy and da-da-da-da. Well, I mean, CSGO, it hasn't changed in like 15, 18 years or whatever it is. Street Fighter, 25 years. And you see the audience. I mean, look at EVO. Look at all the other events that around the world that events they have. There's really no excuse. Anybody else that comes across and says, you know, Call of Duty is better than that Call. No, if you'd have just stuck with the one model, literally there is 20 different first-person shooters made by 3 different studios. It shouldn't even have the Call of Duty name on there. And by the way, Battlefield made the same mistake. Battlefield 2 Modern Combat, and they went off on 50,000 different tangents when they had millions of followers too. So it's not like they're the only ones making the mistakes. Until next time, it's your boy Fist. Peace, I'm out.